our story.
No, it ain't. That's my news.
I haven't heard that yet.
You good, Hunter?
Yeah.
All right, outstanding. What is this? What's this episode titled?
Everybody wants your money.
Everybody wants your money?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I saw it. Just popped up. I just gotta. Welcome back, everyone, to the 307 podcast. It's been a while, boys.
It has.
It has been a while. Now we started doing our Monday meetings on the podcast, so you get a Monday episode now, and I'm really excited about those, man. I'm enjoying it. You know, I went out and bought me yesterday. Actually, I didn't intentionally seek it out, but I was down there at the Sharp Sickle, the coffee shop with Blakely. We were doing some homeschool work, and they had this New Testament Bible in there, and it's in a spiral bound notebook, and it's got room for notes along the sides. Did you? Why is he pointing at you? You don't forget. You have to talk into the mic. This is the podcast.
I looked at it.
Okay, yeah. I thought, man, this is perfect for our Monday meeting episodes because, like last week, I had, you had to have the Bible, and then I had to have the little bit of notes that I had on my phone too. And I really don't like to look at my phone when I'm doing a podcast because notifications, it just distracts you from the conversation. So, yeah, I think you need to order one of those for all of us, Blake. That way,
y'all want one?
I'll take one.
It's really cool, man. It really is. I mean, it's great for what we're doing with the Monday meeting, in my opinion. Chili doesn't have a Bible, so it would be good to get him one just so he can at least have a New Testament.
Well, you ought to order it for us. You got the book.
I have the book, but I don't have the money.
That'd be my first Bible.
Oh, I'll let you borrow my card.
Well, you can order it.
I don't know if I can find one.
Well, I'll send you the message. I'll send you a text message and telling you what it is.
Is it NASB?
Why would you
No,
not
you can
just
get it
get
in
a
different
notebook
versions.
that's not that big and cumbersome?
Because then you have to have your Bible and a notebook. With this thing, you have the Bible and the notebook all in one. Okay.
Just an efficiency thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like all right there. It's really cool. So we're doing Monday meetings now on the podcast. They're a little shorter, but our Wednesday episodes, y'all know we get after it, son. It's New Year's Day. Did anybody experience holiday fatigue? Corn, don't lie. Corn, I talked to you.
What even is holiday fatigue?
Corn, I talked to you before Christmas even came around. I said, "What are you doing, Cornbread?" You said, "Oh, I'm just out, shopping for Christmas presents. I just feel like I'm just to the point. I'm just buying junk just to buy it."
I did say that. You're right.
Is that Christmas? Is that holiday fatigue?
Yes,
though?
that's holiday fatigue.
That is what you buy gifts for, just to buy them. There's no point in any of this crap.
So if that is holiday fatigue, yeah, then definitely I felt some.
I didn't experience it.
A few days before
You didn't have holiday fatigue?
Not even a little bit. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this holiday season.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Seems like Christmas spirit was low this year.
It was high on me.
It was low.
Well,
Things
you
are
weren't passing
changing
it around, bub.
Well, I didn't have, y'all would have been down in my spirit if I gave you some.
Things are changing about these holidays, man. I remember when I was a kid, it used to be a big deal. People are less and less even fooling with these holidays. I tell you what, it ticked me off today. I'm driving into work. I can't even get a daggone cup of coffee anywhere in Rome. I can't even get a cup of coffee today.
Holiday.
Because it's New Year's Day.
Government holiday.
What in the ever-living crap is the purpose of shutting the entire community down on New Year's Day? It's literally just an excuse for people not to work. That's what it is. It ticked me off.
Well, I tell you,
man.
the world needs to shut down a little more often than it does.
really.
Anyways, I like that the world slows down. It needs to slow down. That's one thing I like about the holidays.
Biscuit, did you get holiday fatigue at all this year?
Only when I got that stomach virus. That's it. Other than that,
But that wasn't holiday fatigue though. That was just a stomach virus from going to that filthy, nasty gym.
Well, it gave me holiday fatigue because I didn't have as much time as I thought I would to get my holiday stuff together because I spent 2 days in bed.
That's right.
So, but I wouldn't have had holiday fatigue if I had had enough time. But I'm like Blake. I liked this holiday season.
You did?
Yeah. Did I express anything differently that you remember? Because I feel like
I have a plan for next Christmas.
Why did you I just asked you a question.
I felt like you had a little holiday fatigue, Boo Boo.
When?
I felt like I noticed a little holiday fatigue.
When?
You know, we don't have to talk about when, but I just felt like I saw it. Definitely. And
Wow.
okay, I have a plan for next Christmas. All right. Next Christmas, I am throwing a Christmas bash. It's going to be on Christmas Day. And Christmas Day and the Christmas bash is the only day that I am going to celebrate the holiday. Okay? On Christmas Day. See, the way we do holidays, it's like, well, you know, you have the Christmas Eve gathering, and then you have the Christmas Eve gathering, and then you have the Christmas Day gathering, and then you have the after Christmas gathering the day after Christmas. It's so ridiculous.
Did you have that many?
Oh yeah. It's constant. It's just back to back.
Wait, you got to have that many. You got that many friends and family.
Yeah. It's like, oh, so and so wants you to come here for their Christmas gathering, and then the next day they want you to come here, and then oh yeah, the next day we're going over here to see what the kids got for this, and it's like, no, next year I'm throwing a Christmas bash. I am only celebrating Christmas on the day of Christmas. I'm not participating in any other holiday festivities except for that single day. I'm going to dedicate that one day of my life to celebrate the holidays, and that's it.
That's going to be a flop, bub.
What are you going to celebrate?
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen at Christmas Bash.
At Christmas bash.
We are going to have a full day of activities. Now, this is going to be open to all family and all close friends. All right. Now, this Christmas bash is going to be so big that people in years after this initial one, people will be mad at me if I don't throw this Christmas bash.
Or if they don't get invited.
That's how big it's going to be, okay? It's going to be a full day of activities. It's going to start off with a morning hunt just for the men, all right?
Deer.
Yeah, a morning deer hunt for the men.
The women got to fix breakfast.
No, the
Piss
women
off,
the
Corn.
women can sleep in because we are actually hiring a chef, all right, for the Christmas bash. We're going to go on our deer hunt. The chef's going to arrive while we're on our deer hunt. When we return from our deer hunt, the chef is going to have a brunch prepared for the men. Okay. After that, the rest of the day, the chef is just going to continuously pump out food. Different types of dishes. All right. He's going to bring them around on a platter.
Finger food.
Whoever's there,
Would
you like this?
Pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
So all day there's going to be food just coming out in waves, right?
And when will the women eat?
You said for
They'll eat at the main meal.
Yeah,
The
they have to sleep till 2:00.
Yeah, the women
Don't
are
get
going to
up.
sleep.
This will be a segregated Christmas bash.
Okay, after brunch, the women are going to lead a woman's walk or hike. Okay,
Stupid.
they're going to go out and hike, that type of stuff.
Just the women?
Just the women. That's going to be a women's
Okay.
activity, right? While they're out walking, we're going to sit around and talk about our hunt, stuff like that. We might actually get the skeet shooting stuff up, and we might commence to shooting some skeet just for a little while, until lunchtime. At lunchtime, we're going to eat again. After lunch, we are going out on a squirrel hunt. All right,
That's
we're
going to be big.
With what dog?
Well, we'll have me and Cornbread are getting back into dog business. All right. So we'll have dogs. We got a whole year to get these dogs right.
Yeah.
So after lunch is a squirrel hunt. The women will probably be coming back in from their walk about that time. You can plan whatever else you want to do with the women. After the squirrel hunt, we're going to come back and we're going to,
Clean. They could.
yeah, they might have to clean
Hour
up and
break
stuff.
for
Yeah.
cleaning.
Lunch. Yeah.
And two, after we do our skeet shoot,
We'll take an hour break for cleaning.
we'll allow them to go out and pick up all the skeets and stuff
Yeah.
out of the field, and then we're gonna have the main meal. All right, it's gonna be in the evening. Now, this is everybody can come to the main meal, and we're gonna sit down. We're gonna eat all that. After the main meal, we're gonna open presents. Everybody's gonna do their gifts, and then after gifts, we're gonna have fireside chat. We're gonna have fires, indoor and outdoor fires, and it's just gonna be a time to sit around, drink, have fireside chats.
And it's didn't you say it'd be $1,000 minimum on the gifts that you if you're gonna bring a gift?
Yeah. There's gonna be no gift. No gift will be open that's valued market value less than $1,000. When you open gifts at this Christmas bash, like every gift somebody opens, they're like, we're gonna be giving away new cars. We're gonna be giving away gifting guns,
Wool cloaks.
Every gift that someone opens,
gold coins.
You're gonna be like, holy crap! I can't believe they got that for Christmas. And like, you're gonna be so excited about opening your gift because you know it's gonna be something spectacular. It's not gonna be a pair of freaking Walmart Hanes socks in a sack. You know what I mean? Like you about to get something good.
Corn called this a flop, and after everything Chad said, he's gonna.
Well, I was just about to say I reneged my statement.
He's literally sitting over there going.
It sounds
Dude, this is gonna be. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so freaking big.
Corn just canceled all Christmas plans next year.
Yep.
He's like, we're gonna have lunch.
Dude, that chef's gonna be on point.
I'm in.
You know what I mean? Just constantly pumping out food. So for me, I get holiday fatigue. All right. But I get holiday fatigue is not because I can muster the spirit, but I can't muster the spirit to hang in there for a week and a half, man. You know, I want to muster, I want to put all my spirit in. Well, look, we're still in the holidays. We got this stupid New Year. It's like nothing. We got this stupid freaking New Year.
Nobody has required nothing from you to do with the New Year. Like you've had zero.
I can't even get a cup of coffee today.
Make your own coffee.
That is a sacrifice that I'm having to make.
Well, all of our
So
family.
all you guys are down with the Christmas bash?
Cafe Bustelo.
Look, you don't have to come. Like you guys are all going to be invited.
Oh, yeah, I'm
you
not
don't
coming.
have to come.
Chili don't come to anything. Can we have the Christmas bash at Chili's apartment?
No, it wouldn't be big. No, we couldn't do all the activities we're trying to do.
We could just have a disco in Chili's apartment.
My question is why haven't we been doing this for years? I mean, why do we make Christmas this thing where you just kind of sit around in a stuffy area and you spread germs to each other and you're not doing the things you want to do with your people, you know?
Well, most of the time, the people you're going to see, that's what they want to do is see you and spend time with you.
Yeah.
Doing
So you're giving
meaningful things, creating memories.
That's their Christmas bash.
Look,
is for you to come and see them.
Look, if we're going to come together on the holidays, why don't we do something that's going to create memories? I mean, look, do you remember what you did or conversations that you had last Christmas? Like a year ago Christmas? No, because none of it's meaningful. Because we come together and we just freaking sit on our lumps. We just sit there like a freaking lump of crap. And we don't do anything.
Sit on our lumps.
Luckily, Blake did organize a skeet shoot this year.
That was fun.
So that was a
And women were included.
yeah, that was a memory. But that's what I'm saying, man. When we come together for the holidays, let's it's not that hard. Let's design a day that you're like, oh man, that was awesome. Remember that deer hunt back in 2024 that we had on Christmas Day. You remember that squirrel hunt? You remember that good food that chef boy? Or well, hopefully this and that. It's gonna be big, man.
You're right.
That's what I'm trying to say, man.
You should do your Christmas bash, but also be prepared to go see those people that can't come to it that you normally would see on Christmas. Just
they
because
can't
you have
come.
to.
Look,
that's
they
the
can't
only reason
come.
you
Tell 'em,
need.
Corn. Tell 'em,
That's
Corn.
your family, your friends,
Why
whoever.
couldn't they come?
Just go
Yeah,
do it.
exactly. They can't come.
Ma-
Why can't they come?
Maybe because they're going to see someone else to be a part of their Christmas bash. Chad's not the only one that has a Christmas bash.
Oh yeah. Okay. Who else do you know that has a Christmas bash like I'm talking about?
What? Like
Nobody.
You're talking about nobody.
Nobody. That's exactly
but
right.
the little old woman
Yep.
that can't get out and do a Christmas bash, and she just wants to see her grandkids.
We will
or
hire her a car. I will hire her a car.
Where are you getting the money to do all this?
I got my money right on this. I got my money right. I will hire.
Sponsors.
I'm
This
going to
is sponsored.
spend. I'm going to spend at a minimum $50,000 on this Christmas bash.
And
Well, who's buying all the
and-
gifts that you're proposing?
I'm gonna have to buy a lot of them for
Yeah,
people that are
probably.
poor and can't afford it.
Well,
But
probably considering you said you're giving away cars.
well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not bringing nothing that cost $1,000 to give to anybody.
That's your entry fee.
but,
Well, I guess I won't be there.
you have to understand though. Again, we are consolidating our Christmas spirit. So what this means is instead of you buying 100 $10 items that nobody's going to use, they're going to wind up in a corner somewhere or in the garbage can. You consolidate your Christmas spirit into buying one gift that is $1,000 or more, and you present that gift to one person to make that person feel special. You see what I'm saying? You're spreading yourself too thin.
I think your idea is awesome.
You buy $110 items that all go in the trash, and then nobody ends up feeling special, man.
I think your idea is awesome, minus the part you only want it to be for the people that can come to your Christmas bash. Minus that, it's really awesome.
Tell him, Corn.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you, that's the
I
plan.
think it's
That's
I'll
the
be
plan
there
for next year.
I'll be there.
So, Chili, you need a new car. You might be getting one at the next Christmas
I
bash.
don't need a new car.
You might. I'm just telling you, you might be getting one at next year's Christmas bash. Okay. If you can string that Mazda out another year, you never know.
Somebody sent in the mail some clothes for Chili and an oil filter funnel for him to, when his car's burning oil, to put more oil in it, and he threw it all away.
Did they really?
I did throw all that away, but look, my car's fine. Fine.
How's the front end?
Well, it's taking a little damage, but nothing that won't buff out.
I'm getting my water here.
Well, before we get into the episode here, I guess I should introduce your hosts. My name is Chad Wright. I'm your main host, and then we have the beautiful Miss Biscuit over here to the right hand side. I don't know if you guys know, she just got an award for 2024.
Huh?
Yeah, you got an award. The most beautiful woman I saw in 2024. Biscuit's getting that award. The most beautiful woman I saw
Yeah.
the whole year. Of all the travels that I did, all the places that I went, I did not see
You're
a
being
woman.
so disrespectful
There is
right now.
one thing that we failed to do at the end of the year that I've thought about before and I'd like to do, and we've just totally missed it. But I would like to present at the end of every year a 3 of 7 awards that we decide who categories, who
That'd
we're
be so
nominating.
Oh, that would
funny.
be spectacular.
I would love to do that.
That would be spectacular.
And it's for, amongst us, like Hunter could even win an award.
Yeah.
People on Patreon, like all kinds of people that we know and have trained with, and we come up with. Yeah, exactly.
Most likely to
Exactly. All
sign
of
up
that.
for a race and just quit on the first lap.
Sure. Perfect.
we might do that next week then.
Okay.
Yeah, we might do
That's
this
a
that
great
next
idea,
week.
Chili.
Yeah.
For real. You're full of awesome ideas today, bub. You are rolling.
Yep. Most
Yeah.
likely to catch a monster 10-pound bass.
That's easy, James Nickemeyer.
Yes, sir.
Most likely to get sick.
Yeah,
That's
well,
Chad
Chad,
Buck.
right. I'm telling you.
We got the
3 3 of 7 awards.
The Bishop, Blake Wright, sitting over here in between me and Brooke. We have
Peace.
we have Priest Cornbread. Where'd you get that Wayland hat from?
Cooney got it for me for Christmas at my Christmas bash.
That's nice. It really is.
That is a nice hat. Yeah. A lot of people probably don't know that's Waylon Jennings' personal logo.
Chili was like the 5th person to ask me, "Is that a Whataburger hat?"
Well, I knew who it was. You had talked about
Yeah, I
it.
know, jokingly.
But
You're the 5th person that's said
nobody
that joke.
legitimately asked you if that was the Whataburger.
They did
hat.
it just like you, yeah.
No, they didn't.
By golly, they did too.
People don't know that stuff.
Who
anymore,
owns that
man.
Whataburger?
Who owns Whataburger?
Oh, that's Wahlburger. He owns them.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. He can do 30 pull-ups.
We got Pope Chili, our Bible scholar.
And today's episode is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club.
What are y'all starting a Dollar Shave
If
Club?
you spend $1, you can get razors for a year. Dollar Shave Club.
I don't even know what that means.
It
But
ain't got nothing to do with me, bub.
What's that about?
and then we have Deacon. We got Deacon over there,
Yeah,
right?
Deacon.
We got Deacon. we got Deacon Hunter over there grinning like a possum. Look at him, son.
up your bumper.
I'm hoping he grows a little bit. I just was noticing today how short he was. You don't think he's gonna grow some?
Oh yeah, he'll pull
You
through.
think he'll
I
grow?
hope he does.
Yeah, we filmed some videos today, and he was trying to take a thumbnail of me standing up holding a pistol, and he couldn't get high enough to get level with my head. So I
Well, he did get high.
I noticed we're gonna either have to get him a step stool, or I told him to eat extra eggs this morning. 'Cause I don't think he's eating enough. He just eats Chick-fil-A mainly, and he He said he stayed up last night till 2:30
He
in
was,
the morning.
he was partying down.
You're not
son.
gonna grow like that, Hunter.
Chili missed that because he left early.
You grow in
Yeah,
your
he
sleep,
did.
all right? So you need to start getting to bed early, eating more food. You're gonna grow after that. But
I like Sunjoy.
so we're happy to have you here again this week, Deacon.
Corn likes Diet Coke.
Ruck training plan. It's on the website. $15. It's a 15-week program for
New
you
Year's
guys
resolution.
that want to get out and unfat yourself and get into if you like to ruck, then this is the program. You guys said you've sold 100 ruck training plans.
Wow.
Yeah, 100 people have got the plan. That's pretty cool.
100 plans. That's cool. Yeah.
It's real cool. Yeah.
I think there's some people on Patreon that are following it. I'm posting my workout each day on Patreon now as I'm journeying to unfat myself. And I see some people talking about there on the ruck training plan. Are you guys following it too?
Well, we were.
I am.
You still are?
Yeah.
Well,
I still am.
Beat you, Chili.
I've started running.
Cornbread, you've been down with your shoulder injury with
I have.
that ruck training plan. Does that ruck bother your shoulder at all? Or are you
No,
still able to
it
get out
hadn't
there and
bothered
do
it.
it?
It hadn't bothered it as of yet. Yeah. Been just fine.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited about that for you guys that, and especially for you guys that are going to come and train with us this year in 2025, whether you're doing a basic course, a proving grounds, or a rite of passage. This ruck training plan is going to give you a guideline to get out and spend some time on your feet and hopefully make some good adaptations that are going to serve you well if you do come out and train with us, or if you're going to come out and train with us this year. The other announcement, I have signed up or committed to. I don't think I'm signed up yet. Did you sign me up, Boo?
No, do you want me to?
Yeah, I need you to sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm committed to racing our upcoming trail race, the 3 of 7 Project Trail Race on March 22nd. And so that's what I'm training for right now. I've got started running again too, Chill. It's been good, man.
Yeah. It's
And you're not going to be there in March.
not as good as I once was. No, I've got a wedding.
Dang, dude, I would love to have been able to race against you.
I'm in a wedding.
But we're actually going to have some pretty stiff competition out there.
Well, I wasn't going to race it anyway.
Well, I'm going to race it.
Well, good.
We're going to have some stiff competition. We have Blake. Isn't his name Blake?
Hmm?
He won
Mountain
the
Mama,
Mountain Mama race.
8 hour.
Blake signed up. We're gonna have Mason.
Yep.
Mason James is coming out to run.
What'd he get at the 8 hour last February? Second?
Second, wasn't it?
I think.
I think he got second,
Yeah.
but he also just won the whole High Rocks
Yeah.
challenge out in Houston. So he's a really good athlete. Brooke just told me today we're going to have Ken Rideout is supposed to be coming to run. He is a super fast runner.
Yeah.
So there are going to be some really good runners there, and I'm going to have to start. I'm going to have to really hunker down, man, if I'm going to hang with these boys. Because those are some good runners. Just those three right there
Well, I don't know
are
how
enough to really, really give you a run for your money.
I don't know how old Ken Rideout is now, but he is the fastest road marathoner his age.
Yeah.
Like period.
Currently, yeah. I mean, I don't every time
He's big time.
every major marathon he wins his like the Masters whatever. I mean, every time. I've seen him probably get second once or something.
He's
over the
so
last couple
fit
years.
too, dude. Have you ever met him? I've met him a couple of times.
I
and
can't
he is
remember.
so lean.
I don't think so.
And fit. He's small. He's a little small guy, but he's muscular.
Yeah.
He's not small. He's
Yeah,
my
he
he's my height.
No, he's small.
Oh.
But anyways, he's a good runner. So
He's a very good runner. I don't guess so. I've ever met him, but I'd like to watch him do a road marathon. It'd be pretty cool.
well,
Follow
I'm
him.
interested to see how he's gonna do out there on that course in March at our race because
the
of that
hills.
dang hill, man. That dang hill is brutal. I mean, it's no joke. Ain't
Well,
nobody gonna run that hill
Most of that course will suit him really well.
other
than
than
that.
that steep hill.
But I don't know that he's not good at climbing.
that's
I mean, I
true.
don't know.
That's
I know
true.
he's good at road running.
I got to get Roman back. If we sprinkle Roman in there,
Yeah, he's won the 8 hour.
yeah, that would be a really good like between you, him, Blake, Mason.
You're gonna lose to all
and
these
Ken.
fools, dude.
It's a really good field of runners at the top for sure.
And I got that timing company, so we're gonna know like laps, but we're gonna know each lap time. There ain't gonna be no Sharpie or like it's gonna be easy to keep up with who's.
Well, I'm
who's
gonna tell
beating
you
who.
flat out, I'm not gonna be on that first or second lap. I'm not gonna be in the front. When you got guys as fast as the three guys we just talked about, when you got guys as fast as them running, I am not as fast as they are. Like a guy like Ken or like Blake, they would slap destroy me on a flat course. So I'm not as fast as them. What I'm banking on is being able to be steadier than them over the course of 8 hours. And basically come from behind them. I mean, I know I got to keep them within striking distance. I can't let them pull, 4 miles on me, but I'm planning on just kind of being at the back of the front and leaning on my experience in terms of long distance running, not necessarily speed, but long distance. And over the course of 8 hours, being able to hopefully beat them all. That's my goal.
Last I heard, Kevin Wynn is supposed to be coming too. I think he got third last year.
Yeah, Kevin's a dang good
Hot
runner.
rod
Yeah,
veteran.
it's going to be a really good field in the front. I mean, I'm super pumped about racing this because there's so many good runners coming out. So
You can't have the prize if you win, so you'll have
Sure
to
he
just.
can.
No, he can't. He'll
Sure
have to
he
give it.
can.
No,
Oh, that's
I'm
bull
race
crap.
director, and
Well-
I'm telling y'all right now,
Well, that's
he
a
can't have
stupid
it.
decision
I'm not
because
coming
if you
if we do
if
that.
if you win, you should get it.
yeah,
He
baby,
can't have
you
it.
can't do that.
You either borrow him
Nobody's
from,
going to want to take the prize if they don't win.
you either borrow him from competing or you let him take the prize if he wins.
Exactly.
Like,
Well,
so
I
stupid.
mean,
I'm in
when
charge.
you're talking about guys like that
A woman's in charge.
who are top
Not really.
runners,
Not really.
you're talking about guys who are top runners. They're not going to take a prize unless they actually won it. It ain't going to be like, hey, here, buddy. No, if these guys at this level that are going to be running in the front out there,
Here's your participation prize.
yeah, then they're going to be pissed if they lose. So they're not going to take the prize.
Pissed.
Even more pissed if you offer them a first place prize and they come in second.
That's true. Go ahead and do that. Go, hey, you want this? Huh?
I'm
want
so
this
sorry you
stuff?
got third, bub. Here you go.
Yeah.
I'd love to get it, but you have it.
But do you remember that one time, Boo? I forgot what race you won, and you waited until the last person came in and you gave them your prize, your first place prize. What was that? Iron Mountain or something?
No,
And
that probably would have been I don't know what race. I want to say I think it would have been the Georgia Jewel.
yeah, it was cool. It wasn't. You don't got to
I
give
think
it
I
to
got
nobody
second
like
place
that.
at the Georgia Jewel or something. Yeah. All right. So 307 Project Trail Race, March 22nd. It does have a hard cap to it. So if you guys want to come out and run or race or just hike or ruck, whatever you want to do, it's a timed course. So, you can do 4 miles, 8 miles. It's a 4-mile loop. So you're going to have to at least do 4 miles if you want to get one loop done. But hey, we got a 4 and 8 hour, and you can get as many miles as you want to get in that time frame, or as few miles as you want to get in that time frame. What's the course record out there? Do you remember, Chili, in terms of distance?
This is another guy that we ain't talked to, but maybe he'd come out and he would definitely make it more competitive. Graham Grant, he ran 44 miles on that.
44 miles.
He finished 11 laps in 8 hours. That's pretty dang good for that course. I mean, that's the course record, and I don't know. I don't know that you'd get 48. 48's not real likely. To get the full lap. I mean, you could. That's definitely doable, but like I don't predict that'll even happen this year. That'll happen this year.
A good goal on that course would be if you can get 50K on that course in 8 hours, you've put in a good hard day.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're talking about 44 miles, I mean that's smoking, dude.
Yeah.
That's rolling. Whew. Good night. All right. Well, we hope to see you guys out there. All right. So here in just a minute, Cornbread and Chili are going to bring us the news and our Patreon question. But I was having a conversation with Blake yesterday, I think, or it might have been the day before. And we are so blessed to have so many opportunities here at 307 Project to train, to teach, to travel and speak, to do all these different things, right? Like our calendar gets really, really full really quick. And sometimes, even though everything that we do is a lot of fun and everything that we do is for a purpose and it's for the purpose of making an impact and helping people, sometimes, even in spite of all that, that full calendar gets pretty dang stressful for me personally. And so Blake was calling me the other day. He was discussing some opportunities that we kind of have to either say yes or to say no to. And I am in the mode now where I still try to say yes to as many things as I can possibly cram into the calendar. But in my mind, I know that I can't keep up this pace like for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So Blake's discussing these opportunities with me, and I'm like, yeah, man, just let's do it. If we can book it, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, that's pretty much what I always tell him. He's like, he tries to protect me, and I appreciate that. And it's probably a smart thing, but he always, hey, we got a speaking request here, and it's right after this training block. Are you gonna be cool with that? And he doesn't mind saying no. I do mind saying no. I want to say yes. I want to hustle. I want to take every opportunity we get. But he was talking to me about these things the other day, and I said, yeah, man, anything we get, I said, you just book it. Just book it. If we can fit it in the calendar and it works and it's in alignment with our mission, yeah, let's go for it. And I said, I want to hustle like this for another, say another 10 years max. And then we'll slow down a little bit, Not that we'll ever quit, but I felt like the guy that Jesus was talking about in the Bible after I said that, because after I said that, Blake kind of chuckled at me and he said, yeah, that's what you say you want to do, but you don't know that you're going to get to ever slow down, you know? And I felt like this, it reminded me of this. James, the book of James, chapter 4 says, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such a city and spend a year there and engage in business and make profit. Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. You are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and also do this or that. But as it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil." And so in a sense, the statement that I made, I felt like it sounded like what this verse is talking about. Like, hey, we're just gonna keep hustling for another 10 years, and then we're just gonna do what we want to do. You know what I mean? But really what I meant was, and I want y'all's question to this. I want y'all's answer to this. Really what I meant was, is like, is what you're doing professionally, should it be a means to an end? Like, should it be a means to reach a certain end to where then you can have more autonomy over your time and what you're doing in terms of, you know, this and that, and what you do as your hobby and enjoy? Like, should it be a means to an end, or should you just have the mindset of, I'm just going to perpetually push at the hardest pace that I can possibly go until it either all falls apart or it doesn't work or I die, right? Because that, for the most part, in the entrepreneurship space, that is the message that's portrayed. It's like, no, this isn't a means to an end. Like, no, if it grows, you need to keep growing. You need to constantly be figuring out how to become more efficient, how to grow bigger, how to take more on, how to make more money, how to do, you know what I'm saying? And we know entrepreneurs that are like that, who they have been pushing hard from the age of 18, 19 years old, and they're in their mid to late 50s and they're still pushing hard. It's just all they know. It's like what they've done, and they've accumulated massive wealth, and they've accumulated a unbelievable lifestyle, but it's what all that work they put in. For them, it's not a means to an end, because all they're doing now, even now in their in the latter years of their life, they're just still trying to figure out ways to grow more and to go harder and to keep pushing and to make more money. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, what's y'all's perspective on that? Should you really hustle and sacrifice and work as hard as you possibly can as a means to this end? And not that you should completely stop at the end, but to where you should take back control of, you know, your time more so. Or do you just keep pushing? Do you say this is never going to end and the goal is always to keep growing and getting bigger? You know what I mean?
I think it's I mean, I don't think it has to be one or the other of that. I think it could be an in between of, like, the people that are doing that, they're doing it because they love it. They're not doing it because, like, oh, I got to make money, I got to grow this. They're like, this is what I want to do. And so it's not like, I thought of the retirement mentality when you were talking, like, you know, our parents' generation and their mindset to working was find somewhere that's got a good retirement and work all your life and hustle and bust it so that when you get old, you can live off that retirement and then you can do what you want to do. But my grandma asked me one time, she said, well, are you saving for retirement, Blake? And I said, no, not at all. I would assume that I'm retired right now because I really love what I do. So to me, I could do what I'm doing now the rest of my life. And I think, at least in my mind, that's where I want to be. Like, I love what I do. Yeah, there are some things that I don't want to do. I do have to make sacrifices, but everything is not, I don't want to do this. I hate getting up. I don't want to go to work. Like, I look forward to coming and hanging out with y'all and doing the work that we do. And I think, yeah, just be faithful with what God's given you, and do it to the extent that you can also be faithful in the other areas of your life, with your relationship with Him and your kids and your family. And when those get out of whack, then you've gone too far. Like, you're doing too much, and then you back down, and you sustain that your entire life. Like, God doesn't give you this and He says, all right, you're good, you did what I wanted, so now do what you want. Like, once you find what you're called to do, you should do it all your life, so long as you can. And then I think He will reward that and bless that and give you more work to do. Maybe not more money, maybe more money. I mean, I think that's
Yeah, and I agree with you on the whole idea of retirement. And when I talk about a means to an end, it's not a means to be able to retire and only do what I want to do. The means to an end is the fact of the matter is, there are things and opportunities that we have and things that we do that I really like.
Yeah.
And there are some things that I don't really like, but I do them because I'm still in this mode of like, we're hustling, man. Like, we're getting after it. This is, we're getting after it. We're going to say yes. And so the means to an end isn't to say, I'm going to stop doing the parts of my work that I do like to do, but it's reaching a point where you feel good about saying no to the things that you don't necessarily really enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I go ahead. So like this morning when we was all sitting there eating breakfast, and you was like, man, look at the life we get to live. And you explained what our day was like. Like, you are probably the biggest proponent out of all of us that really says, guys, look at what's going on. Like, you're able to actually in your mind draw yourself down and say, right now in this moment, I got it made, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so do you see the question for me is do you see yourself actually ever slowing down? Now, me personally, looking at you and knowing about you what I know, I don't ever see you slowing down. Lord forbid some type of health tragedy or something like that. And you think, and I know you wasn't specifically talking about retirement, but going back to what Blake said, think about how many people y'all know that talk about someone who did retire, and then 2 or 3 later, maybe they passed, or yeah. And I think that's got
or dead.
yeah. But I think depression like messes with a lot of people that retire because they don't have anything really to do. They don't have money to go, blow on just frivolous things, doing stuff. You can go buy all the stuff you want, but if you're not staying busy doing something, I think it messes with your mind, myself personally.
Yeah.
But that's the perspective I looked at it. And that when you was saying that, when you was explaining everything, and I was like, dude, you literally answered your own question this morning for now,
Yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, and I do have a lot of moments like that where I'm like, heck yeah, we have been blessed enough to have the opportunities to now have an awesome, really awesome life and team and all that stuff, right? But that kind of goes out the window when I have some weeks like are about to come up for me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm no longer sitting there thinking, man, I got the life. I'm thinking, good night. Why am I doing this?
That's my question to you of like he was talking about, I forgot the most recent inquiries, like kind of out of the box things y'all don't normally do. We were talking about that, and I was like, babe, your schedule's packed already. And you're like, what you're saying, let's just say yes to everything for the next 5 or 10 years. And my question would be, why? Like, is it a scarcity thing? Is it like, oh, we better get it while it's good because it might not always be there? Is it like I'm enjoying this crazy? Because I feel like these guys can also attest when you have a ROP course, speaking engagement, something else the next weekend, and then you get mean,
I get maxed
hateful,
out, yeah.
like, why am I doing this? Why are we even doing this at all? So my thing is like, why year after year, you keep choosing to hit it at this level when you know, and I know that you're going to be hating life in a couple of weeks. What, why are you willing to put yourself through that? Like, what are you trying to do in the 5 or 10 years where you're sacrificing your time you could be having with your new squirrel dog or whatever to do what?
You
Is
know,
it
I really, to be honest with you, I really think what drives me to go at that pace, it is obligation,
to who?
like to the people that need help, like people who I can go, like businesses that I can go and help, the people that I can go and help when I go and speak,
Okay.
people that we can help when we train them. Like I think that's really if you were at like the foundation of what drives me, it is an obligation to people. It's like I have this opportunity to go out and potentially help people with what I've been blessed with, what I have to offer. And I guess it feels irresponsible to say no to those opportunities.
Well, it's a lot of it's what is like when you get in those points that you're feeling that way. Like, do you feel that way? Is it because of selfishness? Like, well, I would rather be doing this, this, and this, and this sucks that I've got to be out here doing this other thing that I don't want to do, or because there's a part of it that we all have to do things we don't like to do. And just because we don't like to do them don't mean we shouldn't. It means we have to figure out how to deal with those feelings that come up when we don't like doing the thing that we are now doing. And then, I think there's going to be moments like that throughout the year. But if you look back on last year, do you say, man, we really worked hard, but we had a good time? Like a lot of good memories were made. I still had times to do the things that I wanted. Or do you look back and you say, I mean, that was just miserable. And I do not want to do that again. I think you have to look at it on a year, a yearly, because this month, yeah, you may have a ton to do, but then next month you might be sitting around twiddling your fingers, hunting your squirrel dog, and it may just be the way things balance out.
Yeah.
You can't just like sprinkle them in.
Well, that's another question that you ask yourself when you talk about should I view what I'm doing right now as a means to an end? Then you also have to ask yourself, well, well, are you really going to be happy when you decide to kind of pull back and
Yeah.
say no to more of these things that you don't necessarily enjoy doing, and it opens up, this kind of spare or free time in your life? Like, are you really going to be happy with that? Because it looks good and it sounds good, and when you think about it, it sounds like an amazing thing, but the reality of that might be a lot different than what you are dreaming of it to be in your head. So you do have to ask yourself that question.
What y'all think?
Have you ever known anyone that pulled way back and then busted right back off into something? I mean, I personally don't, and I'm not saying no one's ever done it, but to what you said, if you get there and don't like it, would it be a start over type deal? You don't know. You don't know at all. Have you ever known anybody to do that, Chili?
I don't even know what you're saying.
So
Like somebody that pulled back and then they said, I don't like it. I'm about to get back after it again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, people retire all the time and then go back to work. I mean, yeah, I can't. I mean, there's a million examples of that.
like who?
Like, I think, well, daggum Brooks' dad.
Yeah.
He can't stay retired. He's never going to be able to stay retired. I mean,
Like,
like,
driving him crazy.
Yeah, he's jumped. I think he's had 2 different jobs since he retired. He's only been retired a year and a half.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he
he's
can't.
unhappy.
Most people can't stand it.
Well, and especially that generation specifically, but our generation too, it's hard to find purpose sometimes outside of your work. And I think what you were saying earlier about the depression and just what do I do, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But being idle is not good for anybody. I'm not. But yeah, he definitely did not stay retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this, you know, this is different for other people because, you know, like a lot of people, why don't they stay retired? It's because they realize when they retire, they don't have the money to do the things that they actually would like to do with their retirement. Like that's not I get that's the case for some people. That's not my vision for at some point saying, okay, you know, now we're gonna take a little more time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I think it's a worthy question to ponder. And the whole idea of working really, really hard in your 20s, 30s, and 40s to then not to retire, but to be able to say no to more things that you don't necessarily really enjoy.
But you say no a lot now.
Mm,
No,
not really.
lately he hasn't.
No, don't.
I guess it depends on how you look at it because I mean, I've known over the years a lot of things that you could have done and you say no. I mean, maybe you've forgotten about a lot of them. I mean, it's maybe not as big of opportunities as some others, but like there's been lots of opportunities to travel and do extra things and do extra courses and you said no. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't think you ever say no?
Well,
I'm not saying a lot. I'm saying like
yeah, but not a lot for sure. Yeah, but
Well, I mean, I can't help but think that we're like a lot of the stuff we're talking about it based off of making our decision off how we feel.
Yeah.
And really it can't, I mean, you shouldn't make any decision off what you do by how you feel about it. I mean, I think you really, not to over spiritualize the conversation, but like I think you got to seek God and like, is this this is going to be really tight for me to do? How do I feel about really going to do this? Like, is it going to be edifying in this? Is it going to build them up, or is this just going to wear me down and not be even anything good for them? What kind of message are they asking me to share? Is it impact? I mean, and it could still be impactful and not even be a gospel message, but I think, you know, you can't make those kind of decisions based off of how you feel. You shouldn't make any decision based off how you feel.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't think.
I was talking to Jeff at the gym this morning and we were talking about goals. That's an interesting conversation too. But outside of that, kind of what Blake is saying is like when you were asking that question, Boo, about like what's the right thing to do, one of my first thoughts was how we all have this habit of increasing our standard of living as we continue to make more money. And like everybody does it. And it just perpetuates that cycle of like, I have to do more. I have to make more.
yeah,
I have to.
exactly.
And we do, me and you have done that. We've done that in a
100%.
big way. And
Yeah.
when I look at our like spending and what we're willing to spend and the things we're used to now, I'm like, whoa, that happened without us even realizing it. But that another thing I wanted to say was when you said about how to choose like what to do is what I heard. I thought about if like at the beginning of this year for me, I think what I'm going to do is decide what are like my main values or the things that are going to be the most important to me this year. So, I mean, I don't know what yours would be, but like mine would be probably like you, family, community, service, and I'm going to start asking myself like when I'm brought up with something, oh, do I want to do this or not? Well, is it going to feed into any of these values that I've chosen I'm going to center my year around?
So, well, that's the perfect picture of my perspective on slowing down. Like that's the perfect.
What do you mean?
But that's the perfect picture of my perspective of what slowing down looks like. It's doing the things that fit within those boxes that you've identified that are really important to you.
But I think
When
your
you're
job-
hustling, when you're getting it, you don't you don't make sure that everything you do fits into one of those boxes.
Why
Jim.
not? You could die next year. You
What?
better make sure you're living based on your values, or when you get cancer next year and you're on your deathbed, you're gonna be like, crap.
I-
But I think that you hustling at work can, in my perception, can land in some of your values. Like, I don't think it's like what Blake was saying earlier. Some people enjoy, like, they get a lot out of and they get fulfilled by hard work and challenges, like with work. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that
I
could,
think that's probably true for some people.
but like Blake said, if you're not balancing, are all these things I'm striving for and spending all of this time on every year, if they're not lining up with what I truly value in life or what I want to value in life or what the Bible tells me to value, then the 5 years could go by and then you die on year 6 and you're like,
Well,
oh crap.
That I mean,
Like, I was
that,
gonna start living my
yeah.
life on year 6, but now I'm here and
like that sounds good. Like, yeah, that sounds great. But that's never like
so
that's never going to lead to something like great or that's never going to lead to wealth. That's never going to lead to like a something that's big, like that. That's
what? Like, what's the other thing past wealth that's big that
like
pushing
a bit like a big business or a
wealth?
brand or something like that. Yeah, that's never going. That format right there.
I hate
That
that.
format's never going to lead to that. Like it
how so?
sounds
I
good,
daggum
but
hate
that
legacy.
is people who live that way live a very happy life, I think. But their lifestyle is usually pretty meager, and maybe they're happy with that. Like maybe they're happy with that, but that's what that lifestyle is not going to lead to you building anything great.
Living based on your values is not going to build
If you are
anything
not
great.
willing to do stuff and like if you're not willing to go and do stuff that you're just like, well, it's not that it's anti your values. It's
Being
that
part of your values doesn't mean you have to enjoy it. A lot of things that land in my values are things I do not want to do.
Yeah, that's true.
I think a lot of it's situational too, because like when I trained for that Georgia Jewel 100-miler, I intentionally put my priorities way out of line, like for a short period of time with all the training. Like I couldn't be helping Cat and doing stuff as much as I should, but to do what I wanted to do, we agreed and she was fine with it. And so things do get out of whack. And maybe that's like the balance of,
Yeah, but you were doing something in your values.
well, yeah,
You
but
valued pushing yourself.
but also value my wife more than that. And
Yeah.
during that period of time, I didn't display that with my actions. But I think even this year, like the Yukon 1000, like that's something that the past years you would have been like, oh no, we got too much going on. But
Yeah.
I even think you're starting to do that now because there will be several things that we'll have to say no to because of the training.
There's not enough time in the
things.
calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, and the actual mission. And so I think, even part of that now, you're starting to do that. And as you give yourself more freedom, you will end up finding that you fill it with useless things. At least I have. I was looking at pictures the other night in my phone just of the kids when they were little, and I was just thinking like, dang man, I'd like to go back to that time and
Oh yeah.
and be with them and hear their little voice again, and I just like to live in that moment for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Kat about it, and she said, well, why do you think that's hard for you now? And I was like, well, I don't know, but I think it's because I have more freedom now than I did then. Like when I was working for TEC and construction, I worked when I got home, like I had this window of time, and that's just what I did with it. But now it's in short spurts of time, and I want to do the things I didn't get to used to do, like hunt all the time, like work on a truck, do stuff I want to do those things. And with the freedom comes the temptation to fill all of that useless time with things that aren't that it shouldn't be being filled with to the degree that it is. And so that's just something else to be conscious of, as because I feel like that because over the past 2 months, we hadn't ran as many courses. I mean, Chad still spoke a couple times, but things slowed down, especially in December. And then I find myself filling all of that extra time that I should be spending with my family and doing the things that are maybe in my values, with things that are not. So just for other people that are listening, if you're in that spot, I think that's something to be conscious of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bring this conversation up because it's just something that I ask myself, and I think it's something that maybe other people are asking themselves who have been going hard for a long, long time. Like, I mean, I've been going hard since I was 18 years old, since I joined the Navy. I mean, I've not missed a freaking lick, son. So now I'm almost not far off from my 40s. So a lot of you guys can relate to that. And everything that you're going to see, especially in the entrepreneurship space online, is basically telling you, no, you have to keep pushing, keep growing, keep expanding, keep saying yes, like just perpetually. You should always, always, always for the rest of your life, that time that you have this business, be in this mindset of growth. And I just don't think that that's always right for everyone. I don't think that's always a fit for everyone, right? I mean,
If you don't enjoy that,
yeah,
right, I mean, you got to enjoy life along the way.
yeah. I mean, and so I asked this question and brought up this topic to say that I think that it is okay to look at your 20s, 30s, and 40s as a time to really freaking hustle and really get after it and learn skills and do a ton of crap that you don't like doing. I mean, just flat out, just do a ton of crap that you're not finding enjoyment in. You're not liking it, but you're doing it, and you're seizing these opportunities, and you're saying yes. As a means to a potential lifestyle at some point where you feel okay with saying, no, we're just going to do this amount this year.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it. Like, I'm never going to stop, but we're just going to do this amount this year. You know what I mean? And if somebody calls and wants this, somebody wants that, we're just going to say, no, we're full. This is what we're doing this year. You know what I mean?
Well, if you don't do that, I'll say that life will eventually make you do it. Like, because you have to get to that point eventually, or you'll get to where you can't. You drive yourself nuts with stress, or you just get so darn old your body's breaking down.
Yeah.
So you got to do it regardless.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Hope somebody got something out of that, because if I'm asking myself these questions, I have to imagine that there are also other people out there who've been getting after it and saying yes to everything for a long, long time and hustling hard, who are asking themselves these same questions. Is there going to be a day where it's okay for me to pull back a little bit and live that perfect lifestyle that Aunt Brooke gets to live, where she just gets to say yes to the things that fit within her value boxes?
Excuse you. My value boxes last year and this year included majority of them were things that terrified me and that I hated on purpose. Because part of my values is stretching myself and growing and choosing things that scare me. That it's not like a cutesy, quaint, nice, like, let me just choose the things I like. No, that's not what it is.
That's good. I'm glad you clarified that right there. It became extremely clear in that statement that what you meant is not.
You hit the nail on the head
See
with that.
what you see. You're on to something, because what you said could have easily been twisted into what you're talking about. Just this cutesy life.
No.
And see, I made that comment to lead you into clarifying for the audience what
Go
you
ahead.
meant by that.
Go ahead. Nobody. Corn, you don't have any misogynistic comments on
I'm
that?
not misogynistic at all.
You guys are so lucky that I'm tolerant of your freaking BS.
I mean, how did you feel all those years, Corn? You worked 75 hours a week for years and years and years. Was it a means to an end for you, or was it just, hey, I'm going to do this forever until I die?
Well, it began to feel that way. And once it began to feel as if I was going to do that forever until I died, like I wanted out big time. not like big time. And to be quite honest with you, since I've come to work here after that, like a lot of time, and I've expressed it some, I've talked to Chili about some, I don't know what to do with myself, and I stay busy enough. I feel I earn my pay just as well as anyone else, but I'm not working 60, 75 hours a week, so a lot of times I'm picking my brain apart, and then you get hurt, and you was riding your bike a bunch, and then now you can't ride your bike a bunch. And so, yeah, I myself like am constantly looking for something else to do. And then you're like, well, I don't want to do something. And then it's usually maybe I can do something for work. And then, well, if I do that, Chad, so spontaneous, it might not matter if I do it anyway. You know what I mean? So
Hurricane.
so I have those kind of thoughts. It's just like perpetual thoughts of do this. Well, no, you better not do that. And then like Blake says, then I fill it with useless time, whatever it may be, The other night I went in there and sat down and played UFC. I was aggravating Chili about that.
Did you make a character?
I did. But so yeah, it's
How
like
big is he?
it's almost
How
like
big is he?
careful. It's almost like careful what you wish for.
Flyweight.
You know what I mean? Because I know y'all heard that.
Yeah,
Careful
yeah.
what you wish for. Because if you're not ready for it, and it hits you like that, then it's gonna mess you up.
That's true. Yeah, that's another thing. When I have these thoughts, you want it. You want to do it on your own time.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. You want it to be on your own time.
right.
Was it Montgomery Gentry said the devil dreams on an idle horse?
That's right. Yep,
Yeah.
sure does.
Yeah, you want it to be on your own time. That's for sure. All right. Well, I also think a lot of this has to do with personality types.
Yeah.
I've saw that a lot. Like one of my friends who's an entrepreneur who just is always looking to go more, further, faster. Like he has the personality type for that. Like he's got so much energy, and he gets seems like he gets like pumped up to be with people. And I think my personality type kind of works against me in this, because I'm the type of person that if left to my own devices, I've said it many times on the show, I just want to be left alone. Like I don't want to be around people. I just want to be left. I can stay occupied by myself. And I've been like that since I was a little kid. So yeah, I think that's worth being said too. A lot of these decisions and desires definitely play into just what is your personality, man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said, like, left to my own devices when the family aggravates me because they seen me working all those hours, Monday through Saturday, daylight to dark. They seen me working all those. So now I'm not working like that. And man, when one of them says you're retired now, dude, that ticks me off. It ticks me off 70% of the time, and I have to sort of just draw back and just take it. And I don't like taking it sometimes. But yeah, so and that feeds me on being like, all right, well, I need to do something. I
Yeah.
need to do something. And then spiral sometimes. That's where looking for adversity comes from.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
Do you experience any of this stuff, Chili?
No, I haven't known what the crap Chad's been talking about for the last hour. So I've just been sitting here. That's all
Chili,
right.
you just struck that balance, hadn't you? Where he doesn't feel pulled one way or the other.
Well, I haven't understood what Chad was saying. He was like, should we go hard forever or for a little while and then do it again? Like I haven't.
Cornbread said that. Cornbread said that.
I honestly just haven't really understood what this was all about, and y'all were going real good, so I just didn't intervene. See, that's partly a skill I have developed. Not well, but I'm working on it. I try not to interrupt a conversation that I have nothing to add to, but then y'all go, well, what do you got, Chili? And then it causes me to do it. So
Well,
I don't
know
have
that. We know what's going to happen when we ask.
I
you.
don't have nothing to add. That I'm very confused, and I exist in a permanent state of confusion. But I hope you figure that out, Chad, and I hope you either pull back or you keep going. Whatever is you need to do.
The whole time, Chili was just wanting to ask. Hold on, guys. Now, what exactly is work? What y'all talking about? This work?
That would have been a good question. That would have added clarification to where maybe I could have added.
Yep, exactly. Oh man, well, that's just something that's been on my mind the last little bit, as y'all have stressed me out about a busy month to come. Thank y'all for doing that.
Yeah. Corn.
Y'all were doing
Tell 'em.
Chili, you were doing that on purpose. And then I have, you know what corn is? Corn is just that calm, steady voice. That's his superpower.
What was I doing on purpose?
Y'all like to talk about how when we have a really busy month coming up,
yeah.
y'all really like to just, when I'm around, you like to just go through the calendar and make sure I know what's coming, right? But Corn's superpowers, he's just this calm, steady voice in the midst of anything. If anybody's around him stressed out, or if anybody, anything, he don't let that stuff get on him, man. He'll just stay steady, man. He's always been that
Tell
way.
him, Corn.
You're gonna be okay, bub.
Yep. So that's Corn's job this month.
You are also going on a vacation. So that's
Yeah,
one
you
thing you
forgot
get
about
to do.
that. In the middle of all this,
Yeah, you're going on a
Just
vacation.
slap taking a vacation. in the
One
middle of
point
it.
I do have is you're gonna say no to something in your life. Like, even if you say yes to everything with work and you're like, oh, is that freaking bomb?
Did you feel that?
If you say yes to seemingly everything at work, then you're gonna say no to a lot of people in your family. Like, you're gonna say no to something, even if
Yeah.
you're saying no to
Even if
saying
you're
yes.
not verbally saying it.
Yeah, then you're just gonna be like, no. Mm. So that's what Blake's talking about. Balance is I mean, what was Brooke talking about with values based stuff? What do you?
Why do you guys have to talk crap every time
No,
I talk?
I'm asking for clarification.
I said
You're
this
saying
year. So this
this
year,
is the year of a new me.
piss off. So you're asking me a question. Are you guys gonna let me answer? Or y'all
Nah,
just
it's time
gonna
for Patreon question.
carry on? So
Go ahead, Corn.
this year, instead of specific goals, because I don't like specific goals anymore, because I did that for a
Okay.
long time, and I think it's for my
You
personality
like broad
type.
general goals that you don't know if you accomplish or not.
Yeah, I need to do less.
Okay.
So, like, I'm gonna have values. I have a mindset coach, by the way. So I'm the expert on this. I
have a
came up
vision
with
board?
I came up with this by myself. So I have values this year. Like, one of my values is continue doing things that scare me and stretch me. Spend time with family, serve my community, serve my husband,
Okay.
be a good employee. So when I'm choosing, like with Chad would be a good example. Like, if I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed, February is so full. So and so just called me and asked me if I could do this thing, and I'm feeling conflicted. Should I
That's
do
the
it?
filter you run it through.
Yes, I go to my values
Yeah.
and I say, even if I feel like I'm overwhelmed and I shouldn't do this. And one of my values might be relax more. That's not on there right now, but it might be. But if not, I go, okay, does this thing, even though I don't really want to do it, does it fit into one of my values for this year?
I got you.
If the answer is yes, I do it. But I don't get to wear a tracking watch, get 8 hours of sleep,
And your
don't
values
eat
are
any
fluid.
carbs. I'm not allowed to make any specific
Mm.
goals this year. As long as I like Jeff said this morning, as long as I'm moving my boat in the direction I want to go,
Or
I
you-
don't have to measure it specifically.
You could put that on a sign.
Why are you dogging on me?
How am I dogging?
I'm trying to better myself. Can you guys not be supportive?
He's talking about you can share that with other people.
Yeah,
Like-
but when he said it, he did this. Put it on a sign.
But Chili doesn't like that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean,
I think it's wonderful what you're doing.
you made fun of me for it earlier.
No,
you
I
said
didn't.
You were onto something.
I was
no.
teeing you up.
Before that, he was saying that if you want to just be like Brooke and just do all the comfortable things.
He was keying you up to be able to share that.
You know what? I'm tired of having to be defensive on this show.
Yeah, you
I'm
should.
tired of
It's
it.
just offensive.
I'm tired of it.
You did good, baby.
Go ahead, Corn.
and you are gonna have a really
Don't.
sorry.
Corn, go ahead.
Sorry. Corn, you got a Patreon question for us?
I do. And this, I'm assuming this is a gentleman because women don't care about the Second Amendment. His handle is Second Amend. Second Amend says,
Misogynistic butthole.
says, Chad, I'm in the beginning stages of prepping supplies for myself and my family. I have a lot to learn. Do you have a few key fundamental tips for beginners? I'm in the firm belief that it is only a short matter of time until we will need to properly protect and feed our family.
Tilapia farm. He needs to get a tilapia farm ASAP.
No,
Tilapia. It's more sustainable.
if that's gonna be, you know, so you need to look at something like that as like a hobby, in my opinion. And it's a good hobby to have because, like this gentleman said, there's no you may need your stuff one day. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be nice to have it if you need it. You know, and whether you need it because we get invaded by a foreign army or the government tries to take over or a natural disaster or whatever it may be, there's nothing wrong with making that your hobby and prepping and getting ready. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do, man. It's a good time. But I think the foundation of everything, in my opinion, is guns, ammo, and training. Because I don't care what you have or what you're able to accumulate. If you can't defend it, then it don't matter. Somebody's gonna come and overrun you and take all your mess from you. So I think the foundation is first training. Because if y'all don't understand, man, if you have a person who is untrained and they have to go against somebody who even has a basic level of training, they will get destroyed. You will get destroyed if you don't have good, solid training and you have to go up against somebody that does, even just a baseline level. So I think training is the first step to preparing, right? That's the first thing you need to put in your toolbox. And the best thing about training is also nobody can take it from you. You possess it, right? And certain parts of it is ongoing though. You know, obviously like learning how to shoot accurately and handle your weapon. Well, that's a perishable skill. So you need to get the initial training, but then you have to go on to practice that. But you also need to train things like communication. You need to train things like your leadership skills. You need to train things like
Gardening.
being able to organize and run a team and delegate responsibilities, like all of that stuff. People don't just inherently know how to do all that stuff good. We see it all the time at the proving grounds. You know, you put somebody in a team and you give them a task and they have no clue how to communicate. They literally have no clue how to communicate, how to delegate, how to lead, how to form this unit in order to get the job done, right? And whether that unit is you and your family or you and your buddies, if somebody has not learned and practiced those skills of leadership, communication, teamwork, delegation, all those things, if you don't understand how those things work and how they play out, then you're going to be ineffective as a unit, right? So even if everybody in your group had their own individual weapons training, but you guys don't know you don't have a leader and your leader doesn't know how to lead and you don't know your each individual roles and responsibilities and all that stuff, you're just ineffective. So I think training is when I say training, people think, okay, I need to go take a shooting class, right? But no, when I say training, it's all encompassing. And I think that's the foundation of preparing to be able to take care of yourself and your family. And then on top of that, in terms of just hard resources, I think obviously guns and ammunition. I like guns and ammunition because one, that's your main tool to use to defend whatever else you have. It's the great equalizer. And they also, it's a finite resource, right? So it's always going to go up in value. And especially if you are faced with a situation where you're having to survive, your guns and ammo are going to be really, really valuable as trade items if you had enough of them to be able to have what you need, but you had a surplus to be able to trade. I just don't think there's any in a situation like that. I can't think of a single other resource that you could amass that would be as valuable as, especially ammunition. There's a lot of guns out there, but ammunition gets hard to find real quick.
You think
right?
if everybody was starving and somebody had a huge garden and a bunch of food, they couldn't trade it for ammunition?
Yeah, they would. Yeah, exactly. But the ammunition,
Really good person.
yeah. I mean, people with guns and ammo probably just would end up just taking most of the food that they wanted. But yeah, I mean, I'm saying though, if you wanted a trade item and you wanted to trade for food, ammunition is a item that is going to be highly sought after. That would probably be taken as a trade
Yeah.
on some sort of food, right?
That's true.
And then beyond that, yeah, the skill sets that Brooke's talking about, like gardening, beekeeping,
Foraging,
foraging,
learning how to cure and treat meat.
yeah, all those things. There's a whole list, but you also have to understand that you are not going to be able to do all those. Like you're living in some dream world if you think that you're just going to learn all these things yourself and you're going to be good enough at them and have enough time to not only protect what you have, but to grow all your food, to cure all your meat, to can all your stuff, to go collect water, to do all this crap. You are not going to have enough time to do that. And you're never going to be able to get good enough at all those things to even do them at the level that they would need to be done in a survival situation anyways. And so if you really are serious about this, you have to surround yourself with a fairly substantial group of people. I mean, 8 to 10 people, I would say. And each of those people needs to specialize in one of those different aspects of what it's going to take for you guys to survive as a unit. Because we live in this dream world, because right now society's laid out to where every one of us can have our own little house and our own little piece of land. And like, we can live the way that we live. We can live these little individual lifestyles because we have a dang grocery store, because we have police officers, because we have hospitals. Like, yeah. And that's another skill, medical. I mean, that's highly, highly valuable. But if this construct of the society ever crumbles, no one is going to be able to live the way we're living now. Like, we have to live in tight-knit communities the way people live for thousands and thousands of years, all the way up to just probably the last 100 years, that's changed. But it's got to be small groups of people, and you got to have each thing covered within that group, right? And somebody that specializes in that. And so it's complex if you're really going to get serious about setting something like this up. It's way more complex than you just being able to figure it all out yourself and think that you're going to do it. It's an impossibility. So that's my take on that.
Welcome back to KZ307. It's 2025. Now to our local news correspondent, Cornbread.
So on December the 29th in Plains, Georgia,
Oh, geez.
the 39th president of the United States, Mr. Jimmy Carter,
He was from
passed
Cartersville.
away. No, he was from Plains, Georgia. That's in Sumter County.
He's from
New South.
Is that not the best line
Yep.
in country music? Last fall, we elected the man from Plains. But an interesting
He lived in place from Cartersville.
from Plains. An interesting tidbit about Jimmy Carter is
What's his resource?
what is his resource?
What is this resource that you're using?
Oh, it's various news sources and also cornbread memory.
No, what is it? What is it?
So
Hold on. When was Jimmy Carter president?
from 77 to 81.
Okay. Were you alive, CB?
I was. I was born in '76. I was old little bread.
Was he worse than Biden?
That's the tale that he was the worst president.
I seen a
In
meme the
the-
other day said now Biden is the worst living president in history.
Yeah, I think inflation was up while Jimmy Carter, like it is now. Yeah,
Was he Republican?
no, he was Democrat.
Okay.
That's when they had all the the fuel. You had to get the fuel stamps to be. You could only there was a certain amount of time you could only get so much gas.
Jimmy Carter was a freaking
Yeah,
communist.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, it was rough back in '77 to '81.
You were this little muffin. Back
I
then,
was
wasn't
a little bread, old corn pop.
you?
But some
He was a
interesting
bad
thing
dude.
about Jimmy Carter in 2019, May of 2019, he was on his way to a turkey hunt, and he was a big turkey hunter. That was
This is
only
local news.
well, this is about Jimmy Carter. We're honoring the 39th.
Quit interrupting him,
We're
Chili.
honoring the 39th president of
Jeez.
this United
Well,
States.
they've already honored it by putting the flag down for a week.
They did that when his wife died. It's still been down. She died in 2023. So in 2019, he was headed turkey hunting and he fell and broke his hip. So he didn't get his limit of 3 turkeys that year. So the DNR slipped in a special law for Mr. Jimmy Carter for 2020. He could then, it rolled over the amount of turkeys he didn't get the year before. And the verbiage in the law went sort of like a president that was from the state of Georgia that's only over the age of 80 years old could roll over the amount of turkeys not tagged in 2019. So
Are
in
you serious,
2020,
man?
Jimmy Carter got to kill 5 turkeys because he broke his hip in 2019.
And you're
bull
still
crap,
mad
man.
about it.
I am ticked off about it.
There's-
But
you know-
since he's dead, I'm taking his turkeys for this year.
You know, there's no way that a 96-year-old Jimmy Carter killed 5 turkeys. There's no way he did. There's no way he did.
I'm telling
There's
Oh, yeah.
zero
There is
chance.
way.
Corn knows this guy from his name is Chester from Taylorsville. He was 102 and he killed 7 turkeys in a turkey
They
season.
called him Chet.
Yeah.
His name was Chester, but they called him Chet.
That was symbolic, Corn. He didn't kill 5 turkeys.
Oh, he did.
Now that I know that, I'm gonna kill as much game as I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, man. What the crap, dude?
Yeah, they eased that on in there.
What is wrong with this DNR, man?
Rules
Yeah.
for thee.
They eased that on in there. That's what it was.
What about the squirrel limit? Is there a limit on squirrels?
15 a day per person.
Good Lord.
15 a day.
Season runs from August to what?
It's all
February.
year. It's all
August
year.
to February.
Yeah, 28th, February 28th.
All year.
Yeah. No, it's not all year, Chili.
Yeah.
Coon season is all year now.
Kill a
Yeah.
squirrel all year. Ain't nobody
Yeah,
gonna know.
that's
Ain't nobody gonna
that's
know if you
another
kill a
one of the
squirrel.
things. It's all year on private lands, but on the lands we pay extra money for, the state lands, it's not all year.
If you obey the dang squirrel
It
laws,
opens
you're
in
an
August,
idiot.
The coon season.
Kill them when you want to.
I think was that story about Jimmy Carter just dying just now?
Dang
Yeah,
right.
he died the 29th of December.
What happened?
I'm
He's
not sure
100?
how- Yeah, he was 100.
He
years old.
literally looked like a zombie.
That's
Like I
sad.
saw a picture of him. He looked like a freaking zombie.
He
So
got
you
that vote in
brought
for
up
Kamala Harris,
at the
though.
beginning of your news story that he just died to hook us and didn't tell us anything else about his death, but went straight to complaining about
Well, what's there to
them
say
giving
about his
him too
death?
many
He's
turkey
100.
tags.
That's right.
Well, what happened to him?
He's 100.
Yeah,
That's what happened to him.
Look at this picture
But
of him.
something.
Like, what do you mean? What happened?
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
It's called
That's
being
real?
100.
Blake, is that real? Oh, y'all!
That's the picture I saw.
I'm
Don't
saying it.
laugh at
When you're
that.
100, you
Don't laugh at that,
That's what I'm saying. He didn't.
baby. Don't laugh at that. That's terrible.
Necrosis.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Good night. Why would you want to? I don't get.
That's a picture of him owl hooting.
Hit that owl hoop right now.
He trying to strike that bird.
Hit
boy.
that owl hoop right
Oh
now,
my
Corn.
Gosh, man.
Y'all better watch out. Jimmy's kid's gonna listen to this and freaking have it out for y'all. Rest in peace, Jimmy Carter.
He won the Nobel Peace Prize.
They in Cartersville anyway. They ain't-
How do you win a Nobel Peace Prize if he was that terrible of a president?
He did later on after his presidency. He did a lot of work in the Middle East and in Asia and stuff like that. Yeah,
I'll be darned.
Lord.
Diplomacy, they call it.
yeah. He's accredited from stopping some political downfall in all of Asia.
So he just decided to get to work after he's done with his presidency. He just
Yeah.
want to check that box.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he started the Habitat for Humanity. That was him and his wife's charity that they started.
Sounds like he did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew him.
I didn't either.
Lord.
I've been through planes, but I didn't see him.
By the looks of him we just saw in that picture, he wasn't out and about.
He was out and about to vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Yeah, she said if Jimmy Carter could vote early, so can you.
Exactly.
She was knocking on him being feeble.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Carter.
Yeah.
Political punching bag. Well,
We hated to lose old Jimmy.
in national news, real quick, internationally, a German Christmas market was well, if you'd let me, a crowd of 200 people at a German Christmas market earlier in December was driven into by some Saudi.
Doesn't that happen all the time over
Well,
That
just
happened in New Orleans yesterday.
if you
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I
Sorry,
didn't know
I
about
wasn't
it,
near
Chili.
the- I wasn't near the mic. My bad. Oh yeah, you did spoil Corn's story early, so I don't want to hear it. It's just payback.
at least 10
You're
killed
welcome,
after
Corn.
driver plows into crowd on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. There it is.
Was he a Saudi too?
He was
Taliban.
No,
yeah.
all jokes aside, I really heard I'm talking about 15 seconds of that on the radio, and I am genuinely curious.
That was today, by the way.
Oh, what? So can you seriously? No, don't be funny. What happened?
10 are dead, dozens injured. He literally drove a pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street of just New Year's partiers. And they don't really know who he was or anything about him. They're investigating it now. And I'm sure that'll be a legit investigation. But
Have you been to Bourbon Street?
I have. Where's that at?
New
Orleans.
New Orleans.
I don't
Oh
think
no, we went. Where did we go?
the French Quarter.
We went to the French Quarter. Yeah. No,
No,
I've been to Beale Street.
I don't guess I've been to Bourbon Street.
Beale Street.
Bourbon Street's probably where we saw them cars friggin'
might have been.
peeling
That's
out
a
and-
lawless
and
place.
racing on that. You remember that?
Yeah, New Orleans is a lawless
Peeling
place.
out. Look
They-
at Cole.
They do think that was a terrorist attack, Julie. Like a Middle Eastern like that, not like a
Yeah, the-
local crazy white guy trying to just.
He jumped out of his car and the police shot him. So
He's
he's
dead?
dead. He's dead. But he had an ISIS flag on his truck, and he was his name was Shamsuddin Jabbar.
Well, that
He's 42.
well,
And this all took place on Bourbon Street, and you see the French Quarter right there in that map, Chad. Well, there it went. This is Fox News, by the way.
Oh yeah.
See French Quarter, there's Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's-
right where we were.
We've
Chili.
essentially been there,
Yeah.
even if we didn't.
Went down there to get that chicory coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it begins, you know. They've been saying that there's all these terrorists have been coming across the border, you know, for the last few years. I've been wondering what they've been waiting on.
Trump's gonna take care of that, boo boo.
Yeah.
You don't worry.
I'll take care of you too.
Yeah, you got 19 days, bub.
I have a sneaking suspicion that these next 4 years ain't gonna be what we thought they were gonna be.
Oh no, it will
Chili,
be.
quit ominous.
I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, I have an intuition.
Well, it's probably coming from you have functioning eyeballs and a functioning brain.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be good.
Depends on how you see what you mean by that. Not good. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna go back to like the heyday was.
When was the heyday?
back in the 20s.
Yeah, I'm just, when Trump won the election, I think maybe a lot of people thought, all right, this is his it's going to turn around
I can
here.
buy my stump grinder now.
Yeah, I'm just,
Are we still going in halves?
We are
We're gonna get that deluxe one. That's
on track.
y'all stump grinding?
we're gonna
Okay.
That'd be big.
307 stump grind.
Why?
Why?
business.
Yeah. Termites will get in stumps and then they'll get in your house.
You seen all
Yeah.
these stumps when you drive by houses in the front yard?
I think that we're going to be in for some interesting stuff that's about to pop.
Who would have
off.
thought?
I really don't. I don't think that this Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, I don't think that they are what people think they are, man. I don't think that they're the types of people that they've been portrayed to be.
Do you think Trump is?
Shocking. Really, it is. I mean, it's shocking to find out that Eli Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy is not who they say they are.
Yeah, I don't think they are, Bubba.
That's really shocking. I mean, really, it is. It's
I-
almost hard to process. It's almost hard to look at it and go, wow, they're not who they say they are. That's hard to do.
I already see some weird, just kind of the strange things about them, man. I don't think it's gonna be good.
It'll be big.
That's all you got from the news, Chili?
Well, yeah, it's a pretty big story, man. 10 dead in New Orleans. Dang terrorist
Look,
attack.
Man.
The
It's
dang Chattanooga terrorist attack years ago. I mean, we still talk about that all the time.
What was that? I don't remember that.
Another Middle Eastern terrorist shot up a army recruitment center. He killed 5 people.
In Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Darn.
That's a big deal when that happened. It was on Amnicola Highway. And you know what's funny is he went into that center and it was a gun-free zone.
Are you serious? So
No.
nobody could defend themselves.
It's insane. And they
how could you get a gun into a gun-free zone? How did he do that?
How did he?
Yeah, because I saw that one time.
Well, he
on
walked in the door and shot people.
I saw
so.
that one time on the front door of a Waffle House. It was a gun-free zone in there, and I thought, well, this is great. I ain't got to worry about nobody pulling a gun out up in here.
They have America's best coffee. What? Yeah, that was a big deal in Chattanooga. I mean, this in New Orleans is 10 people already dead, maybe
well,
more.
This is different in New Orleans. These people sounds like they died of natural causes,
Car.
They died of COVID.
natural to the lifestyle they were living.
Yeah.
Out down in New
what?
Orleans partying, talking about the
No.
new year. You're going to go to places like you're going to
No,
go to these big
uh-uh.
cities and partake in these sin fests, worshiping idols and all this and
Yeah, I
getting
get it.
drunk and high, and you're going to
Well,
be
this wasn't Mardi Gras. I mean, this was
none.
just.
You know what was going on down there.
Well, I
Chili.
really don't know.
You
I mean,
know, Look, that
I
goes
don't
on
know.
in New Orleans every day. Now, look, if you're gonna go into these big cities,
well, we went down there and had a big net.
Exactly.
And we partook.
Yeah.
I made the decision to put myself at hazard, and I said, if I die doing this, I'm gonna consider it dying of natural causes because I've chosen to walk down into this city here and be a part of all this.
Wow.
Y'all had a what down there?
A big net.
A sin gathering.
A big net?
Big net.
Yeah,
What's
you
that?
ain't never been down there, Corn.
What
You
is
don't want to
that?
go down there, Bubba.
Chili goes regularly to get him a Sammy.
A chicory coffee and a big net.
What is a big net?
It's like
It's,
a croissant. It's a New Orleans croissant.
If you can't handle that, bub.
Have you ever had a mouflada?
I'll
Can't
burn
handle
that place.
I'll move a lot of pizza through my guzzle. Move a lot of.
Dang. There you go, bub. Get you a lap of that pee.
You know,
Whoa. Dang.
I got one more important thing to talk about here on the podcast today. Chili, is this show brought to us by Hoist?
Yes.
This show's brought to us by our hydration partner, drink Hoist. We talked a little bit about running and, getting after it on this episode. And let me go ahead and tell you, if you run or you ruck or you lift weights or you do anything that makes you sweat, you are going to want to get you some Hoist. We've been drinking Hoist for years now. It's IV level hydration. It's more than a beverage. It hydrates you better than water. It absorbs instantly and replenishes your body immediately to keep you powering through to the next objective, mission, or rep. All right. It's got everything in it that your body needs to keep going. It sits well with your stomach. I have used this stuff in all different conditions, running really, really long distances, which will cause severe stress on your digestive system. And Hoist has never given me stomach issues. It tastes good. It has no preservatives. It's made right here in the USA. And it's just awesome people who put out an awesome product. So if you guys enjoy the show, if you've been listening for a long time, if you have ever got anything out of the show, one way that you can support us is by supporting the companies who choose to partner with us. And Drink Hoist is one of those. So check them out at drinkhoist.com. drinkhoist.com. You can have them ship it right to your house, and you can have a couple cases right on hand. They also make powder. If you want to, if I use the powder a lot, actually, that's primarily what I used on Cocodona. That's what I'll be using when I go out and run the 307 Project Trail Race. So if you're out on the trail, the powder's a lot easier just to carry a couple of packs of that with you and dump them into your bottle as you go. So drinkhoist.com. Thank you, guys. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, and then we'll hit super chats, is this new, I can't believe you guys didn't cover this on the news, the new sickness that's going around that people are getting. Acid anus. Have y'all heard of it?
I did hear about this.
So
It's rough.
it's actually
About time for me to go piss.
You're gonna want to hear this.
I've heard it. Acid anus is a new side effect that is hitting people toward the tail end of what's traditionally been called the norovirus. All right. The norovirus is the stomach flu, essentially. It's the 24-hour long virus. It's been around for a long time. Some of you guys may have experienced it even this year. There's been a big boom of it this year. The norovirus numbers, I think, are higher this year than they've been in decades. So it's been going around. And this is a new variant that actually causes, at the very end of the life cycle of the virus actually consolidates at the opening of your anus. And it becomes a place that is very acidic. And I was exposed to this. I didn't even know about it until Brooke came down with acid anus. And we were in the shower the other day, and we had a bar of soap, and I'm getting ready to wash myself. Well, she snatches the bar of soap first, and she swabs her butt crack with that soap, washing herself, getting herself cleaned up, because I like a clean woman. She cleans good. And I said, daggone it, give me that bar of soap. She just swabbed her butt with it. She hands me the soap. I put it in my wash rag because I use a wash rag. She doesn't. She just uses soap. I put it in my wash rag and I go to rub it around in the wash rag to create suds. And the bar of soap just disintegrates. It just melts into the wash rag. And what had happened is that bar of soap went across that consolidation of acid right at her anus, and it melted the bar of soap. From that point forward, we were seeing marks on even things that she would sit on. If she would sit on something with a bare bottom, it would leave like a charred mark on it.
Why are you sitting on stuff with a bare bottom?
Well, I've started wearing underwear since coming down with this, but previously, did you tell them about what happened to your leg from us sleeping?
No, I didn't. I wasn't going to mention that.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So the acid is so strong that it will actually burn or char anything that it comes in contact with. It will melt a bar of soap almost instantly. So if you guys out there have been wondering, why you are popping up with charred holes in your underwear or your britches, or why your dang bar of soap is disintegrating or getting used up way faster than it should, is because probably is this new symptom that's classified as acid anus. Yeah, it's at the very end.
The tail
As
end.
the virus dies, its last stand is to consolidate right on the surface of the anus. And that's what produces the
So
acid.
you just hold on for a little while and then everything will be better.
Yeah, is there
Yeah.
treatment for this?
No,
Boo?
it only lasts about 2 days.
Dad.
And then your anus returns to natural pH. That's what it's doing. It's affecting the pH in your anus because of the
So
consolidation of the virus.
it eats everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so when you wipe your butt, it eats the toilet paper, just slap off your fingers.
I didn't get to experience that. She
What-
didn't tell me.
What's interesting is that there's been new research out found that it actually is being there a lot longer than at the end, and that's what's causing the diarrhea. It's not actually your stomach; it's the acid burning your poo as you're pooing.
Oh, as it's coming out.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's been
I
some
didn't
new
think about
research
that.
out about that.
I didn't think about that. It's melting your solid poo.
Yeah.
Right as it passes out the anus.
That makes sense.
I didn't even think about that.
That's just came out in the last week or so.
I always wondered what diarrhea was. That's what it is. At least in that case. It's just melted solid poo.
What do you reckon is wrong with Chili?
I have no idea. He can't tolerate talk like medical talk like this. He can't tolerate it.
He gets queasy, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's never been good at tolerating medical
He
talk.
has diverticulitis. You would think that he would be fine with talking about anuses.
Okay.
You own something with that. Well, for the super chats today, we had Chad Bennett come in at $5, listening from Mackinac Island, Michigan. Come on up and visit sometime.
Dang, Chad, Mackinac Island. I think my mom might have used to live there. They used to live all around Michigan, man. I don't even think I've been. I went to Michigan when I was a kid. I've never been as an adult. It's too dang cold up there, man. Really, and the people's just too much Yankeed up there. You know, they
Oh yeah, they thick
uptight.
Yankees.
You know, they don't want to, say hey to you or nothing. But I bet that's a pretty friendly guy right there.
Oh, I'm sure. It is.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Thank you, Bub.
Marty Bingham coming at $9.99. He said we need to get Hunter a good
Hey,
set of
man.
long johns so he can film Fat Baby paddling his kayak for 1,000 miles in the Arctic Circle.
Did he really call him Fat Baby?
That's what he said, baby.
That's really
I
funny.
like that, Marty. He come back in at $9.99. Said I'm putting together a training program to do the race on March 22nd. I have a lot of work to do. That's the end of what I think, Marty.
I can't wait to see you there, Marty.
Good deal, Marty.
We had BGG Farm come in at $19.99. Happy New Year, team. My wife decided to do the ruck training plan with me, so wanted to ensure I paid her portion for the training guide. Hope to join a rock one day. God bless you all.
Man.
Semper Fi.
Thank you,
Outstanding.
Bub.
I hope to see you out there on the course one day, man. And
BGG Farms.
stay with that ruck training plan and give us some feedback on how it works
Yeah.
for you, man. We want to hear y'all's feedback as you go through it.
Marty come back in at $9.99. Said by training, I mean I'm learning the fireman carry in case I need to tote Tubosaurus off the mountain on the first lap. He's talking about Chad.
Dang,
Marty, you geriatric turd.
Marty's getting wild.
Little Virgil come in $1.99. Got that box. It looked like maybe like a cake you was talking about in a
Yeah,
box.
the cake. Yeah.
with 3 candles
Where's
in it.
LV been, man?
Yeah.
Earlier, little Virgil was talking about how do we view eclipses. I don't think you do view eclipses, little Virgil. That's what I got to say to you about that. Well,
We had Mike Buckhead Cigar come in at $50.
Dang, son.
He said, "Can I get some that North Georgia money?"
Mm. Come on.
Buckhead Cigar. If we're ever in Buckhead, we'll come by and see you.
Come on.
Appreciate that, Mike.
James Wright came in at $1.99. He
Pipe
said,
dream.
"Keep working so you can keep me up."
There you go. Y'all's daddy likes retired life.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and he's a good retiree.
oh yeah, he
does
is.
good.
Suits him well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the end.
All right.
There
Outstanding.
you go.
Thank you guys for tuning in this week. And Lord willing, we'll talk to y'all on Monday with the Monday meeting. Love you guys. Enough said.
Good job, bro.